Hello again out there in YouTube land. How are y'all doing? Brooks Hobby Shop checking in. And we are finally going to get into this Arvin convection space heater that I found a couple of videos ago. And if you've seen that video, the kind of nothing, neither here nor there video, I actually made the comment about freezing temperatures and all being predicted here in Georgia, and I kind of shrugged that off. And anyway, then all of this happened. 5 to 6.5 inches of snow here. And anyhow, I played like a kid, a 50-year-old kid. If you've ever seen the show Last of the Summer Wine, that was me. When, all your life in Georgia, you've never seen snow that deep, and no way you're going to let it go to waste. But anyhow, here we are. We're back with this Arvin space heater, which I actually discovered on my own property. And I speculate it must be from the 1960s at least, because just the cord on this, this old cord actually would do a pretty good job of dating this heater from the 1950s or 60s. And there is very little doubt in my mind that it worked, and probably worked great when it was discarded. But anyhow, it was never destined to run again. It's an old rusted piece of junk as it is right now. But we're going to get into it and see if we can fire it up again. I love this huge knob that it has on it, which is actually labeled heat regulator. And it feels like it might actually have like a fluid thermostat in it, but don't know. I have not gotten into it, but it feels like I feel some spring action on this. See that back? When I turn it, it kind of, it's a little bit springy. Anyway, if you saw the neither here nor there video, this thing basically was in a junk pile. So, not actually in bad shape, considering, the many decades it spent there. We've got a little bit of the end missing here. Arvin. Because I'm a Gen Xer, yeah, and I grew up on Alvin and the Chipmunks, and for some reason in my mind, every time I see an Arvin labeled product, my mind just instantly goes to Arvin. So anyway, we're gonna check this old honey out and see if we can fire her up again, or if she was actually discarded because there was an actual problem. This ought to be a good, about as simple as anything gets video here. But if you saw the video where this was found, where I found this, the first order of business is going to have to be actually tearing into it and dumping all the trash and junk and all out of it. I really wish the cord was in better shape still, because, I mean, look at that. Look at that loomed line cord, just what part of it is still remaining in good shape. And I noticed some kind of interesting things about this when I dug it out and initially looked at it. One thing is that it is actually, yeah, I can hear stuff just falling around all inside her right now. But let's see, what's your model number, baby? Model number 55T8. T55T8. And then we have rated for 110 to 120 volts, 60 cycle, used on alternating current only. Arvin Industries Incorporated. Looks like Columbus, or what is that? I've never even noticed Arvin's address. Anyway, Indiana, USA, serial number that right now my eyes will not adjust to make out. But anyhow, 1,650 watts, and I have never seen that on this type of heater. I have never ever seen in my lifetime a space heater that didn't top out at just 1,500 watts. You know, usually with a switch to switch them between 1250 usually and 1500 thereabouts. But anyhow, also notice that this honey has a tip shut off, a tip guard on it. We got all the feet here, all 4 feet, and when it's sitting upright, the weight of the heater holds this plunger in to complete the circuit so she can run. And if it ever ends up in anything other than an upright position, this pops out on it. So, on a channel geared toward antique televisions, radios, and all, this is something different, and ought to be pretty quick and easy. I already know I don't have a full-fledged proper heater cord for it, but we're just gonna do a will it start, and y'all can comment on whether or not you'd like to see a full restoration of this or not. And anybody out there who's more familiar with Arvin products might chip in and give us a actual date or range of dates from when this old hunka might actually be from. Ooh, there we go. Well, that's just ice now. The only thing I did not do during any of this historic snow event in Georgia was any kind of work at all. I was just a giddy kid out there playing in all of this, and oh gosh, videoing a bunch of nonsense. So anyhow, I don't do a lot of videos outside, but why waste what little snow is left, right? So here we go. Let's get into this and see what we got. It looks like the first step is going to have to be undoing this band. It's actually got a band that wraps all the way around the case to cover the seam between the back and the front. So that right there is another thing that kind of dates this to me. But anyhow, let's get to it. Let's see, it looks like it's just got a little tab there that we have to get loose. Look at that, there we go. How long has it been since heaters of any kind were made with a feature like this? I mean, this is purely cosmetic, but I'm going to preserve it. And I just threw it to one side because I'm in a hurry. It's still January the 25th here, and daylight is catching me fast. So we already know what the first step's going to have to be. Get all of the trash out of this, and this is one time where I'm actually going to ignore one of my rules about being careful about where every screw goes and the length of it. I'll figure all of that out when we go back together with it. Good old American number 2 Phillips. And I'm just gonna stick all these screws into my shirt pocket. Don't know if those two are actually holding anything or not, but they're out. These two right here appear to be holding the anti-tip device, so I'm going to leave those in. And we got 4 here in the back. Boy, I wonder how many pounds of just pure trash she's got in her after all this time. Oops, I dropped that one right down into the snow. And I'm still hearing just trash falling around while I'm doing this, so I want to do this video partially because so many of my projects, it's too late to show this step. Oh, that's it. It's apart. She is apart. But yeah, a lot of my projects, they end up in my home, and also I don't actually want rat beds and everything in my home. So here's the inside of the back, and there we are. Just get in there barehanded, Pierce, to do it. Got some rust right there, but that's all right. Okay. And I can't get the line cord through because, well, the plug's not going to let it come through, but okay. Now, actually, I'm already noticing something, how simple this anti-tip device is here. See, we just have a plunger that comes up and apparently just hits a leaf switch. Right here. It just comes up and pushes up on this leaf switch, closing a set of contacts right here when it pushes up. So there we are. And we also have our first look at the thermostat, which is just a common bimetal thermostat, actually. But it appears that the shaft from the knob, I can't tell. Yeah, that's metal. That's metal. Okay. But let's see. We got some nastiness right here. Look at that. Oh, I dropped it. Look at that. Yeah, normally my projects get cleaned out before, too many of them have been cleaned out before y'all ever see them. But look at that. Almost looks like a little rat bed. How would rats have gotten into this? But anyhow, there we are. History. Okay. So let's just kind of dump all the rest of this out of here. And it's kind of like the old Will It Start car videos you see on YouTube. We got nuts. We got acorns. Okay. Do we also have a frozen crankshaft? Apparently not. Look at that. Ooh. It actually turned this direction. Let's see, do we have any? Feels like just a healthy amount of play, not too much, not too little. Oh boy, I'm ready to put power to this and see what she'll do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does look like somebody has been into her before though. Let me see if I can get y'all down here. This strain relief was not coming through the back, but it had a strain relief on it. A nice, pretty long one that is actually still. Look at that. So, doesn't even crack. Look at that. That is still, oh my gosh. And unlike newer heaters of this type that we see all the time nowadays, we've actually got a what appears to be a 110 to 120 volt fan motor. Uh-huh. Huh. Huh. More nastiness. I wish other projects that I do here weren't stuff that I already have worked on before. Let's see what we got right here. Yuck. Double, triple, quadruple, yuck, yuck. Okay, that can stay outside. Oh yeah, we're gonna put power to this, honey, and listen. You know what? It actually looks like the fan blades are painted in this, instead of just being bare metal too. Look at that. Arvin actually painted these. Y'all, I'm telling you, as I am here, they're painted. The fan in this thing is actually, look at that, it's painted. And it's heavy gauge too. And I'm not feeling any kind of abnormal play or anything in the bearings. Motor appears to be totally amazingly free and healthy in every sense of the word. Most heaters you buy today will have still, I was hoping for a fluid thermostat, but anyway, same type of construction, except they'll have two sets of heating coils to allow you to choose between 1250 watts and 1500. And the motor is actually in series with the coils in the heating element. So if the heating element burns out, the motor stops and the whole heater stops. And they've usually got a thermal fuse inside the heating coils, which if that blows, that kills everything, motor and all. But here we've actually got a 110, 120 volt motor, and I'm kind of distracted by the fact all this is actually painted internally. And by the way, this snow is still, even though it's turning frosty and icy, it's still cold. And yeah, there's my knee right down in it. So, yeah, I don't have any power out here this far. I have no way to hook it up out here. And I'm wondering if, as frayed as it is, the old cord would actually still work just to give this thing a quick little fire up and test. Of course, the cord will have to be replaced before it's put into regular use, but let's see. Can we get into through the front? Yes, we can. Wow, we can actually number 2 Phillips the whole way around. Okay, as nervous as I am about it, I guess I've got to check and see if I can get this knob off of here. Ooh, and it is tight. Does it have a set screw in it, because I don't want to break this. It appears to be just a press-on knob, but anyway. Yeah, it's a press-on. But one-handed, I am just not having any success getting it loose. Well, let me try it two-handed. All right. Oh, I love the sound of this snow crunching under my feet. Okay, it's coming. It's coming, I think. Yeah. It is, but not too. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, got some trash. You know what? Actually, it's not coming. What's going on is I'm bending all the innards in here. Oh boy. Okay, got 2 Phillips screws right here. I can pull all that out and straighten it. Okay, that's actually what, adjustable on that leaf switch. Okay. All right. Oh, let's see, I'm not used to doing this part on camera, so where do I go from here? Yeah, that's sopping wet now, since everything's melting. It would be risky in the extreme and purely a publicity stunt for me to try to fire it up with its original cord, wouldn't it? Okay, YouTube, that's what I'm going to do. I was really thinking, I was sure this was going to be froze up tight, but let's see, get that egg sac out of the way before going any further. We're going to fire this up. Oh, got a little paint flaking off of the fan blades, but we're going to try to fire this thing up and listen to it sing a little song for us. All right, kiddies. Just for you good folks out in YouTube land, I am going to now do what normally I would never, ever, ever even consider. We're gonna make sure she's turned on here. Off. We're just gonna set her wide open. Set her, well, face down because I'm gonna have to energize the tip switch. And without any ohm-meter measurements, without any checking any further whatsoever, and still with the original frayed, oh my gosh, cord, I am going to stuff the little good part of this cord that's left through the hole in the back. Prop that right here. And I have strung a 100-foot extension cord out here to actually see if upon plugging in, if there's no fireworks, and activating the anti-tip device, if she will actually fire up and run for us and melt some snow out here. 100-foot underrated extension cord, standing on wet ground with probably, people will say, inappropriate footwear. And a cord that still actually has snow stuck to it. And even a wet plug. I need my head examined. I need my head examined, honestly. This is about as insane as it gets. Oh boy, this is wrong on so many levels. But anyhow, here goes. Oh geez. Oh boy. This is my Shango moment, I guess, on YouTube. Oh boy. Inadequate power source, wet ground, metal, wet feet, wet knees. What can go wrong? Oh boy. Not good. Not good. No fire flying yet, but oh boy. Let me see if I can find a stick. I don't have to be entirely reckless. Homemade test prod. Oh boy, here we go. Uh-oh. And we have heat. We actually have heat. Fan action, heat action. Get y'all down here for a closer look. How many times can I do this and get away with it? What do you think? Is this the problem she was disposed of for? Here we go, activating the anti-tip again. Don't even know if she's got a thermal fuse or not, but here we go. I'm seeing red. I'm seeing red. As they say on the old rustbucket channels, she's a runner. There she goes. $1,650 watts of Arvin. Okay. Before anybody asks, yeah, she is unplugged. She is unplugged. We're gonna put some good old Marvel oil in her as recklessly as I can. Working in a hurry because daylight's waning really quick here. We're just gonna shoot some into that front bearing. And again, she is unplugged. Oh, we'll stick the regulator back, or bend it back as it were. I'm gonna have to straighten that, but still working. Okay. Give her a little. Wow. It was in that front bearing, y'all. Okay. Let me see if I can get a little more shot of oil into her. Oh yeah, just let it go everywhere. When you can't see because it's too dark, that's the time to see if you can make something spark. Come on. Come on, honey. Quieten down. Quieten down for us. Boy, these fan blades are actually pretty heavy gauge. Oh yeah, freeing up now. I'm not guaranteed to have snow out here tomorrow, so that's the reason I'm being so reckless, but it is unplugged, y'all. Take my word for it. She's unplugged. Okay. Now we're gonna hit it just a little bit more for old time's sake. I mean, I'm sorry to see the snow go, but let's see if I can work her in and out a little bit. All right. Oh, that is turning free now. That is turning free. Look at that. Without even putting any oil in the rear bearing. Look at that. All right. What next? Well, I'm going to slip this strain relief if I can a little further down on the cord. And let's see. We're just gonna fit the back on. Okay, so it's not snapped in place, but we still got strain relief going. There is no tongue and groove fitting going around. That band is going to be absolutely necessary to reinstall to hold everything in line. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and pop a couple of screws in, and we'll see if she'll melt some snow for us. Okay. All right, I think I see a screw hole there. Nice, good wet one. I just want to button her up so that she'll stand up straight. Nope. Didn't ring it on that one. Oh, there's one. There's one. Okay, there we are. Oh, here's another one. Okay, I can go 3. Okay, so without being banded, can we? Oh yeah, there we are. All right. Let me get y'all moved around. Yeah, snatch that cord, Pierce. You want to be just as safe as possible, don't you? You know, safety first. I think that went out the window a while back on this video. I'm kind of off the rails here from the way I normally do things, but hey, I don't normally have snow in Georgia. So, to continue, yeah, nothing can go wrong here. 1,650 watt heater, work light, wet conditions. Is she sitting solid? We hope. And I've got to balance my light recklessly too, so, and have it fall. But that's all right. Maybe that's a good position for it anyway. From wearing gloves to no gloves. And she's turned on. We already got contact. Let's turn her off. Don't load my comment section with a bunch of requests for me to take my life into my hands like this on a regular basis. Normally, wow, thermostat doesn't work. Either that or it's just so cold out here. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. She's a runner. She's a runner. She's a runner who will not switch off. I probably jammed the bimetal when I was trying to take the knob off, but look at that. Look at that. Just as smooth as she can be. (1950s, 1960s, 1,650 watt Arvin convection heater, y'all. Whoa! Switched off. You got a working bimetal. Let me get down here and get my butt into this these frosted snow remains. Well, we're not getting a lot of heat down here on the ground. It's all coming out and up, but oh, it feels good. It is actually, I mean, the temperature is dropping fast out here. I think we're still going to have some snow in the morning, against what I ever would have thought possible. Smoothed right on out. Listen to that. Nope, coming back. Coming back. And you know, it looks like the grill on this actually can be removed and replated. The grill is actually a separate piece from the case. That can be replated, and I've never replated anything. Let me know if y'all would like to see a full restoration on this. Let me get some gloves on so we can check the anti-tip, see if that's actually working. I'll be back in a moment because I'm holding my phone now and I can't do this one-handed. Okay, and we're back. All right, I want to get some gloves on for one thing because my hands are getting cold, if you can't tell from the shaky camera work. And also, I'm just not a big fan of directly touching the metal on this at this point. Sitting down here on damp ground, and but she's a runner. Ooh. Let's see. We shut off for us if we look at that. Look at that. And we're back. Sorry y'all, my one-handed camera work ain't too good, but try that again. And we're off. Okay. Try like this. And we're off. Back on. Other direction. Uh-oh. Oh, there it went. Got some ice down there in it. Oh, there we go. No, it's on the other side. That's right. Okay, I had to lean it over far enough. But we're off. And then we're back. How far do I have to lean it over backwards before it shuts off? Look at that. Just that quick. Any position other than a solid upright position and the circuit's broke and it will not run. Y'all tell me, why did they ever drop this feature from space heaters? Because most new ones do not have it. They do not have it. They can end up face down on carpet. They can end up on their back with restricted airflow. And they will not shut off. Now, one thing they have that this one does not have that I'm seeing is a thermal fuse anywhere in it. But I mean, think about it. If one ends up face down, depending on the kind of material that the heat's barreling out and down on, you know, how long would it take a thermal fuse to blow? Would something end up in flames before that happened? Or what do you think? I think they need to go back to building heaters with anti-tip devices. That's what I think. I think that is a safety feature that never, ever, ever should have been dropped. That's what I think. Okay, well anyhow, I've got kind of an unsafe situation here going. I've got a 1,650 watt heater and a work light running off of a 100-foot extension cord that's just not rated for this kind of load. So I'm going to call this for the night, and we'll take another look in the morning. Alright, stop video. Stop. Pop. I'm just realizing that gloves, my phone screen doesn't like my gloves, so hit stop repeatedly. Stop. 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 Come on, stop. Stop. Pause. 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 Come on. Pause. 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 Let me out of this now. Come on. Okay, back one more time in the interest of completeness. Let me turn her off. Let's see if she'll switch off. And she does. Little thermostat adjustment, where I probably sprung the heck out of it a while back, but anyhow, little thermostat adjustment, and this honey right here will be ready to go, ready to use just as is. All right, let's see if we can take this up in the morning. Okay, getting a much later start than I'd planned because I had some mundane, rudimentary things to tend to today. It is currently January 26th, 2025, Excuse me. And it is a bright sunny day here, and the snow is getting gone quick. So if we're going to have a snow melt demonstration with this thing, I am going to have to work really quick, because it's already afternoon, and pretty much just about all the snow is gone, and I'm sure by the end of the day it'll all be gone. So let's get right into it. Just gonna give her a nice, good, rudimentary cleanup and fire her up and see what she does. Pop these 3 screws out right quick. And once again, they'll go into the good old shirt pocket. Get an incredibly pliable frayed line cord out of the way. I'm beginning to wonder, outside the outer sheath, what kind of shape internally this cord's actually in. It's seems to be withstanding a whole lot. Okay, I want to go ahead and excuse me, pop these 4 out here in the front. And they can go into the good old shirt pocket as well. It's going to snow, ho ho, right here in Dixie. Ground will turn white overnight. It will be cold, it will be cold. Okay, I won't sing that anymore, I promise. Bonus points for anybody who recognizes what that tune's from. Really kind of interesting that on this heater you can actually pull everything out. Look at that. That's all of it, y'all. That's everything. It's actually screwed together and not braided in. Let's see, I want to get these 2 right here out. And where in the world does a screwdriver go when you set it down for a moment? I'm gonna go ahead and take these 2 out to get that thermostat loose. One thing I've learned about snow is it is Mother Nature's most efficient car wash. I tell you, 5 to 6 inches of that white stuff, and all these vehicles in Georgia being coated with it, and then it melting off slowly. Cars in this town are gleaming like never before. I mean, it's better than an automatic car wash, really. One thing worth pointing out, if you can see, the knob actually forms the bushing right here in the frame. And don't know what it would take to ever, I'm not going to explore that too much at this point, unless y'all want to see more of this. But the knob is actually the bushing, in the case of the heater. So anyhow, I'm just going to pull it out here as good as I can, and got a handy dandy brush right here. Just going to give a quick brush out there from behind it. And here in front, as far as repainting this goes, I am pretty sure this is a custom color, and I don't know what it is, and I have no idea how to formulate it. Really, if it'll clean up, just, you know, clean up pretty good just as is, for me that's good enough, because actually I like this sucker. I like it. Go ahead and just brush all this out. I'm not trying for a full renewal, I'm just trying to get it nice and good where it can be in my home and not cause any, well, not have any hitchhikers come in with it. So I'm not going to go very abrasive on anything. Let's give everything a good brush off. I just don't want any like roach egg sacks or anything. Going into my home with it. None of these. None of these. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Double yuck, yuck. So I just want to get everything very thoroughly, cleanly, lightly brushed out here. Got right there. Okay, that was some yuck yuck. I'm going to be very gentle on this heating element and these ceramic insulators. Just going for a nice general cleanup so it won't be blowing any trash out in my house. I have decided that I do want to keep this and actually use it, if you can believe that. Most of it doesn't appear that bad. I'm just trying, it's a little tough to get it down inside all of these crevices. Okay, Pierce, just get in there barehanded. When you can't reach it with anything else, go barehanded. Okay, there we go. There we go. If the brush was a little bit longer, I would be able to make some better progress on this, but let's see, can I get it in there? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try here. Really don't want to damage this heater or loosen any of this on these ceramic insulators. And I'm not really seeing anything much up top. Oh, do have some stuck down here in the side. And they're egg sacs, of course. Alright, y'all, be prepared to be evicted. Right quick. Like so. Should have bought my air compressor out here to have done that. That flew right back in my face. Okay. Not new by any chance, but submitted for your approval. What do you think? And it's actually painted everywhere. It's not reflective like newer ones are. It's actually painted. I tell you, the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking this sucker right here is looking more and more like late 1950s to me. Okay, I've already reinstalled all of this goodie up here and brushed out the motor and everything as best I can. And I did that just to keep it all from flopping around everywhere and to, you know, just make easier work of this. Connections so far, they're all good and tight, so we're looking good. When I put it all back together, I'm going to be sure to keep all of these wires spaced where they're not going to be up against any metal or anything. So, so far we're looking good. What I need to do now is I need to bend these mounting tabs for the thermostat and the tip over protect back straight where I sprung the quid out of them last night trying to pull that knob off. And once I get these contacts, well, these mounts back where all of this will mount flush against the bottom again and not be all pulled up like that, that ought to fix the knob on the front where it'll be nice and snug up against the case the way it was. Okay, well, we got that done, and the knob is back working as it should now. A little note about this though, you'll notice that Arvin actually put slip adjustments right here, so I haven't fully tightened these up yet. I thought at first these slip adjustments were to align the knob in the front, but then I noticed back here we're going to have two more screws going in right here and here. So I checked the back, and there are no slip adjustments in the back where the next two screws will go. So those slip adjustments are actually to allow you to move it so that when we put the bat back on, that we'll be able to slide this a little bit to get these holes to line up with these two holes here in the back. So the next thing I need to do, of course, is fix the one and only mechanical problem we have, which I need to remove and clean this fan motor. And yeah, I didn't do it while I had all of this out, because I would have had to remove all the heating coils and everything anyway. So I'm just going to unmount it and work it out up from the back, because it looks like once I get these two screws out, I'll be able to like pull it up and right on out. And I am in a hurry, because boy, this snow is getting gone quick. It is warming up fast today. So let's get to this. Okay, actually abort that plan, because right as I was about to hit these with the 5/16 to take this motor out, I noticed that the bearings are actually braided to the stator. So it's not like I would be able to get the bearings off and really do a proper cleaning without drilling and everything, and then hunting some long screws and all. Just more work than really I really want to go to right now. But if it don't fall over where I've got it carelessly propped here, that's turning totally free. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer over backwards where y'all won't be able to see it, and I'm just going to keep on adding Marvel Mystery Oil right here and letting it flow down into the bearing here in the front. And then I'll once I'm satisfied that it has enough, we'll tend to the back right before we put it all, the rear bearing, before we go and put it all back together. Glad I noticed that. That actually saves me some time anyway. So just for a will it start vid, you know, this will be good enough. Okay, I'm actually improvising and changing plans a lot here. So turns out that I can actually prop it if I can get my oil applicator in here and I don't know, maybe y'all can see that. I can't see it, I'm just looking at my phone now. If I can get this primed enough. There we go. Come on. There we go. Just starting out, go ahead and just flood it. Of course, a more thorough job can be done later, but until I've got a new line cord on this, I'm not planning to run it very much anyway, really at all. Not until I get a good line cord put on it. I may have one laying around somewhere, but give it a good little bit of lateral action here. When I get ready to do a more thorough job, we can tend to all this then. Okay. All right. Now, we'll let that be for the front. And I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some into the back here. And you know what? Probably it'll still sound like an Arvin, you know. Like pretty much every Arvin I've ever heard in my life, now that I think of it. Pretty much every Arvin heater, regardless of radiant or what, they all kind of have that ying, 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 ying sound, you know. I'm gonna call it nostalgic and just roll with it. Damn, I wish this cord was in better shape. Ooh, I wish it was in better shape. But anyway, and I mean, it's just as pliable as it can be. But yeah, probably not, you know. Until I get a good cord on this, it's going to be bagged. I don't even think I really want to be breathing this in my house. Hey, is that actually... Okay. Looks like it is actually just the outer sheath that is bad. So, you know, maybe in an emergency it would work, but you know, you just don't want this kind of stuff, you know, running across your floor. So yeah, she's gonna have a new, good, properly rated line cord coming to her. All right, let me go ahead and just stick her back together. That's reverse order of the way she came apart, so y'all don't really need to see that, and I don't really think y'all really want a video that just goes on and on and on, do you? All right, let me get her all back together here. Okay, well, she's stuck back together more than adequately, well enough for now. I didn't install the band because it's got a tab retainer on it, which I know I'm going to be going back into this again before I ever really use it. This job isn't over, but anyhow, I don't want to bend this back and forth too much and risk breaking it. However, there is right here what looks like a screw hole, and here on the receiving side there's what looks to be a screw hole, and looking up underneath, I don't see any, but it looks like Arvin Industries actually made provision for that band to be screwed on if the tab retainer broke. So how's that for foresight? Anyway, I got the strain relief in place, and otherwise got all the screws back in her, so she's good to go, at least for the purpose of the remainder of this video. And I'm kind of in a rush because the snow is just about gone, so we're gonna go ahead and slide her on down to the end here and fire her up and see what she'll do. A little bit longer and an ice melt demonstration would not have been possible. Anyway, we're gonna turn our thermostat, I'm sorry, Arvin, our heat regulator wide open. And there she goes. We'll see who makes faster work of this, Ma Nature or Arvin. Yep, there's that Arvin sound. Ying, 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 ying. Arvin. Arvin. Okay. You're telling your age if you get that joke. Let's see. Yeah, heat's reaching it. Not a whole lot. Might need to move it a little bit closer because actually my phone memory is needing attention also. So I don't want that to run out before this video is completed. Definitely heating, but this might be kind of a crazy way to, you know, this might end up being a failed experiment here, but I thought it'd be cool. I mean, I knew the ice wasn't just going to go melt and go, you know, but do we have any melting action going on? I know we do. Just can't really see it. Anyway, while she's working on this, I'm not deaf, y'all. All through this video, I've been hearing people screaming, asbestos, 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 and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Back in the day, asbestos was used in line cords for heaters and irons and other appliances. It was considered a very good, safe, fire retardant material. And cords that have a good tight loom to them, you know, somehow people just didn't end up sick and dying all over the place from it. Somehow it just worked, you know. And people lived with it for decades and never really thought anything of it. But yeah, you know, definitely gonna have a good line cord on this before it's over. You know, another use I can put this to is actually another interest I have in it. I've never tried my hand at electroplating, so being that this grill will remove from the rest of the case, this would be a very handy project to try my hand at electroplating on. And that's one of the uses I have for it, because it's held on by a brad right here, 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 and then 3 more down here at the bottom, here, here, here. I can't really say that at the higher wattage that this heater is rated at, that it's putting out any more heat than what you would buy at a store, but I do like the anti-tip device, which we can go ahead and test that again, make sure that that's working. Sure enough, that's a nice feature. I still say they ought to still build heaters with that. This is actually day 5 since the snow came, so this stuff has refroze, you know, multiple times before today. So just the fact that this is South Georgia and it's been this long. Okay, let's get her up closer. There we go. Oh yeah, now we're seeing some action. I'm seeing some action. I don't know if y'all are seeing it or not, if the camera's picking it up, but yeah, this is going to take a lot longer than what I expect people to actually stay tuned for, but anyway. Got a little hollow fault forming right here. Has anybody else even actually attempted this? Or am I the first? Or have other people attempted it and decided, you know, that's really kind of a retarded idea that never goes to plan? But yeah, I thought we'd see, you know, like some faster action than this. But anyway. Hey, if the sun hasn't made any faster work of it these last few days than it has. What's a household space heater going to do? Running nice and quiet now. I guess some of that noise was coming from the rear bearing. Definitely got quieter operation going. Let's go for our anti-tip again. There it is. Damn, that's a nice feature of this sucker. Uh-oh. Looks like significant progress showing. You know, actually, it's hitting it strongest right here. I've been looking too high up. Leave it to me to find a way to turn a simple thing like this into a 2-hour video. I can't get my hands straight. Fingers in the shot. And thinner, thinner. Oh yeah, there we go. I mean, how else do you really demonstrate a heater on YouTube? Is that going to fall off, or is it going to just melt away? Place your bets. There we go. Okay. Thank y'all for hanging around. You've earned your prize. That's about all I've got for this one, y'all. I hope I don't need to use this in an emergency. If I do, I don't know. Maybe I wipe that plug end off and use heat shrink to cover this, you know, if I really needed to. Because it's actually, yeah. How's it feeling? I'm not brave enough to just go ahead and just grab it, but anyhow. Uh-oh, fire department. Okay, yeah, we got good melting action going. She's a runner. So anyway, y'all take care of each other out there and find a piece of junk to play with. When I said I was going to be playing with junk on this channel in my recent vid, I didn't think I was going to end up doing it this soon, but this was fun. Y'all take care. Brooks Hobby Shop. We're out. Yeah.